Hello and welcome back to this week's video. In this week's video we are fishing a new lake on this channel and it is called the Serp. So there's a permit local to me that you get about 6 or 7 lakes on open cast, which I phrased as my local lake in like videos probably a year ago. That is on it and this lake is on it and a few more. But I've not got much interest in the others because this one and open cast have the most carp and the biggest. This one doesn't have too many carp for the size of the lake, but there is some big ones and there is quite a high chance of catching, well hopefully for me. So I'm on here for 48 hours, but I'll probably split it down into 2 different videos. I'll have to see how well I catch. So let's get straight into the video and let's show you me walking to this peg and then I'll show you around the peg. These elves are trying to kill me. Look at the one I've got up now. It's huge. Let's get up. And now I need to go up the hill again. One way to stop your barrow when you're going down the hill very fast. Face planted. Right, so now you've seen my struggles of getting to this spot. Here is my view for the next 48 hours. So, I've got a nice little stretch of the lake in front of me and it is called Serp because it's shaped like a long snake. So over there, it's got like the head of the snake, the bigger bit, then it comes down and swirls around all the way to a thin part over there. So this part is quite wide and this part is quite deep. But I've not fished it before, as you know, so I'm going to be tackling it with all new knowledge. My mate Matt, so if you haven't seen Matt's channel, go check it out, the link will be in the description. But my mate Matt catches, he came here and he comes here basically every single video he does. He goes to a few other lakes as well. Check out his channel. He's fished here a few times and he's had some absolutely mega fish. He is going to come down on here with me very soon, so stay tuned for that video. But yeah, I'm just down here on my own for this video and yeah, it will be good and I'm super excited for the next 48 hours. So first thing I'm going to do, I didn't do much prep work at home because it's a nice day. I didn't want to sit at home inside my boiling hot room prepping, so I thought I've set my bed chair up, so I've just got my bed chair out. I won't bother with the bivvy yet. I've got a nice pop that I've just popped open. I'm going to get my rods out, get rigs on, get bait on, and I'll show you what I'm doing. So let's get straight to it. Right, so here is what I've got that I'm going to be using. So I've got a helicopter rig here, so the rig can spin around like that, and then that means if this lead pumps into silt, which this lake is quite silty, the rig can still move up and it will still be presented very nicely. But I have used this rig before, so instead of wasting material, wasting money, what I'm going to do, get my Nash hook doctor out and sharpen up this hook, so I'll do that now. So here I've got my Nash hook sharpening kit, and first of all I'm going to get this hook and stick it into this clamp that comes in this kit. So the rig is in the clamp and now all I'm going to do is make sure it's nice and tight. And first of all get the big file. There's 2 different sides, there's a rougher side and a smoother side. So first of all I'll do the rough side and it's just long strokes going down on the hook point. So yeah, I'll finish off these hooks and show you when the rigs are ready and then show you what bait I'm going to be using. But this peg, I haven't seen any carp jump yet. I'm keeping my eyes on the water, keeping looking for action for carp, and then hopefully I can find some cast towards. But that far bank looks nice to cast towards, but there is a footpath right next to it, so they might not be chilling in the margin. So I might be getting both rods in the middle or one rod in the middle, one rod far margin. And then if it don't work, swap it up. And I'm also getting both bottom baits for now. Well, pop-ups, but on the bottom with a spinner rig and a helicopter system. But tomorrow I might change it up and put on a zig just to see how it's going, because tomorrow it's supposed to be 18 degrees and this sun is absolutely amazing in the UK at the moment and I'm loving it. So let me finish off these hooks and then I'll show you what bait we're using. Right, so both hooks on both rigs are now sharpened. So on my other rig, as you saw, I'm using a helicopter system with a spinner rig. On this one I'm using an inline PVA bag system with a really simple hair rig. That's it, with a little shot on, keep it down because there's going to be a pop-up on. And I will be using pop-ups on both my rods, and the reason that is because it's very silty out there and I don't want the wafter to get pulled under a bit or anything like that. So the pop-up will stand nice and high and the fish can easily see it over all the leaves and all the silt. And the bait that we'll be using is, I haven't decided which way round, but one, so on this PVA bag rig I will have a PVA bag on, and on my spinner rig I'm going to have a mesh bag connected. So On one of the rigs I'm going to have CM1 pop-ups. These have been glugged in the CM1 glug, and the rosehip pop-ups, which have also been glugged in rosehip bait soak and glug. If you'd like to get any of these baits, go check out the top link in the description, Mistralbaits. So, first of all, let's get... Sorry, I saved a bait stop in my mouth. Please tell me I'm not the only one who saves bait stops in the mouths. I'm going to put the CM1 on the PVA bag rigs of this side and the rosehip on this side. If I catch one off the CM1, I might swap them both to the CM1. If I catch one on the rosehip, I might swap them both, but it's not really enough evidence to swap them. So maybe if I catch two, but I think I'm being greedy there. I think I'll be lucky to catch 1 or 2 fish max in the 48 hours of me being here. But Matt, as I mentioned, he's fished here a lot. He's given me a few tips. He said he recommends use a white coloured bait, but I am going to use rosehip as well because they are bright, and so are the white CM1s. So I'm going to have a go with this, and if it don't work, I'll swap them both to this. But Matt has smashed this lake. He's got some mega fish, so make sure you check out his channel. His link will be down in the description. And if you like this video, go down and like it below. If you like the fishing videos, I am back on the bank finally. And yeah, I'll get on the bank very soon with Matt catches as well. If you like this video, let's get this video to 50 likes and I'll be on the bank very soon with Matt catches. So let's get this bait on the rods and let's get these rods out so I can get a fish on the bank. So there I've got my glug CM1, and this one is going to go on the PVA bag rig. So I've got my Avid little cool baiting needle here, and let's get this on. And to be honest, it's now March the 23rd or 4th today, and I've still not had my first fish of the year. I've had some pike and I've had a perch, but I've not had my first carp of the year. So if this title of this video is my first carp of 2022, then I've had a fish. So stay tuned all the way to the end. So here's my rig. Let's get this bait on and then let's tie up the PVA bag. I'm really excited for this session. I've not been on the bank for so long, and the main reason has just been I've been really busy and I've been doing fish tank stuff, but I can tell from the feedback from the videos and the amount of views that everyone loves the carp fishing videos more. And I do like doing fish tanks, and I do YouTube because I enjoy it, and I'd love to do this as a career one day, but I enjoy it, so I don't want to make it unenjoyable. Oh, that was a big carp. First sign I've seen, right in the margin. Literally under trees, so I couldn't actually cast there, but it means they're in my area, which is good. But what was I saying? I want to keep YouTube enjoyable for me, and I love fishing so much, but when I'm fishing once, maybe twice a week when I'm not catching and I need to go back on the bank again to get a video, it does get a bit repetitive, especially when I was fishing Morton all the time, the same lake. But now I'm 16, I can night fish this lake, and I can spread my wings a bit and do a bit more fishing in different places to keep it exciting and fun for you and also me. But then I will also do some fish tank videos and pond videos throughout mainly the winter and a few throughout the summer. But I'll mainly do them through the winter because it's a lot of cold and I won't get on the bank so much. But I'm so excited for this summer to get on the bank and get some fish on the bank. So I've got the CM1 on this hair rig here. So let's get the PVA bag tied up. I won't film this, and if you don't know how to tie a PVA bag, let me know in the comments and I'll do a tutorial for it. But it's more of a winter approach anyway, but it's just started warm up, so they will want a big nice package of bait on the bottom. So let's get the PVA bag on this PVA bag rig. So one thing I'd like to mention, before you cast your rods out when you're fishing, if you're new to fishing, you might not know this, so I thought I'll tell you. So, in here's got my net sling, and in this bag here is my cradle. So that's my unhooking mat, and then this is my net, and then my retaining sling for the fish. Make sure you put these 3 things up, or 2 things, if you don't have a retaining sling, because it's not really necessary. Because you can transfer the fish from the water to the unhooking mat with your net, but I prefer using a retaining sling because it gives the carp a lot more support and it will stop it from getting damaged. But make sure you set all of this up before you get your rods on, because if you cast your rods out and you get a quick bite, literally it's in for 3 minutes and you've not had a chance to set your net up yet, you can't even net your fish. So you're going to try and put your net together as you're reeling in your fish if you're on your own. So make sure you always put your net at least up, because you can hook it in the net and then you can leave it in the net while you go sort your hooking mat. But I preferably set all of them up first, so I'm going to do that now. So my net's up, just going to do my unhooking mat now and my cradle off camera. So don't forget to do that when you're on the bank. So I've marked my rod up to 10 wraps and I'm going to find myself a casting point what I want to cast to. Cast it over there. The trees aren't too low, but this is the one with the PVA bag on, and there's the PVA bag and what it looks like when it's full. Very neat, very smart. Got some pellets in and then just crushed up CM1 boilies so it matches the pop-up inside. I tested to see how the pop-up sat before I put the PVA bag on, and it was sitting beautifully just over the very leafy bottom and silty bottom of this lake. So my casting point is going to be a tree in the distance there, so even if I'm casting at night, if I get a fish in night, I'll still see the silhouette of it from the lit up sky. The trees aren't too low, but they might be a bit of a pain, so I'm going to crouch down a little, and then I'm going to give it a good cast. Okay, that couldn't have gone much worse, I will be honest with you. So, I started splicing my own leaders, and the splice has came out, which is not very good at all. Oh, what a pain. Oh. So, I need to retie a whole new rig up. So let's get my other rod out first. I'll get my other rod out and I'll come back to this rod in 10. So let me get that other rod sorted and you'll see me casting it now. Right, so take two. This is going to be my left-hand rod and I'm going to have to tie up another PVA bag system after. But for now, I just want to get one rod out at least. And this is what I'm working with on this one. So helicopter system, rosehip pop-up with a PVA mesh bag from Catchmore PVA with loads of rosehip boilies and pellets grinded up. So let's watch out for the trees this time and get this one out. So I'm going to kneel down. This one's at 12 wraps and I'm just going to aim for that tree over there. So that rod is in and the water is quite deep here and also quite silty. So I'm happy with where that went. I'm going to quickly turn off my alarm. And I'm going to get some boilies and chuck it out with my catapult and shoot them out over that spot, and then I'm going to get that other rod sorted. Right, so I've got a mixed bait here. What I've got is some CM1 boilies, some rosehip boilies, some Belcher shrimp 10mm boilies, and then loads of mixed 10 pellets. And if you crumble it up, because they've been soaking in water and soak, it goes to a nice pasty and even the boilies go into it. And then it shoots out very nicely straight over the spot. So let's do with that a couple more times. I've done it, both rods are in. So I'm going to chuck some bait out on that rod now and then clean up and set up my whole living situation for the next 2 days. So I can quickly see a squirrel jumping across, but it's a really nice area. It's peaceful, there is a walk path here, but to be fair, not many people came across, probably 4 people since I've been here came across. But yeah, my rods are on the pod, waiting for the bites. The traps are set, and hopefully I can have a good few fish throughout the night, throughout today, throughout tomorrow, and throughout Saturday. It's currently Thursday. But yeah, super excited for this session. So let me chuck up my bivvy and chuck everything else inside my bivvy. And it's a waiting game now. Let's get some bait out first. So the bivvy is up Everything's packed away inside neatly, just how I like it. And the lake is looking amazing. Very, very still. Not much happening, but I'm so glad to be back on the bank again. And especially with this really nice weather, it's probably about 15, 16 degrees now. Chilling in shorts and t-shirts, not cold, and it's not going to get cold through the night, so that sounds good to me. But yeah, from watching Matt's catches videos, but yeah, he usually catches most at night, so that's what I'm expecting really, to be waking up at night with big fish on the end, which sounds amazing. But if you like me fishing this lake and you think I should start a campaign here, that sounds mega to me, because it's a big lake, lots of different fish, and quite a big fish. Actually, I'm going to go on the website now and find out what the biggest fish is here and tell you some information about this lake, so I'll do that now. Right, so I've gone on the website and I've got some really cool facts about the lake. So this lake is 17 acres, and around the place I'm fishing it's about 14 foot deep, but I am fishing just off a bit of a bank. There's currently 29 pegs on this lake. I'm on peg 23 if you're wondering. And then this is the known species in this lake. So there are roach running up to 3 pounds plus, perch touching 4 pounds, bream into double figures. The large carp are present, many of which are over 20 pounds. That sounds good to me. The biggest known is the big linear. The big linear current weight, depending on the time of the year, is 32 pounds. That would be nice, but not very high chance of it happening. These large carp are backed up with 80 younger carp stockies, ranging to 5 pounds to 10 pounds, which now, because this sheet is quite old, now they'll probably be about 15 to 20, I would say. And that was in late 2007, so definitely touching 20 pounds now, them stockies are. And there's pike ranging up to 30 pounds. Sorry, let me rephrase that. There are pike, the biggest pike ever caught was 23 pounds, and there has been seen a huge pike that the person who saw it said it was pushing 30 pounds. So that is a big pike. And yep, there you go, that's basically everything, just rules and etc. But if you like to come to this lake and fish it, you need a Biddulph Victoria permit, which for an adult is £35, and for a junior it is about £15, I think. And you get about 7 different lakes, and it's mega. I'm probably going to start fishing this lake more, and probably going to start a little campaign on the channel till I catch that 32-pound linear. Anyway, there's your little facts about the lake. I'm going to keep my eyes on the water and try and get a fish in the net. So, it's been probably about an hour since I last spoke to you, and I just saw a big carp jump on that far margin, and there's been so much action, lots of fish are jumping. One's jumped at the opposite margin over there, about 4 have jumped over here, and then I've seen about 3 very far down there. But yeah, I'm loving it. This lake's very challenging me because it's decided it doesn't want to give me any service, so I can't get any Wi-Fi, I can't go on my phone. So I am just chilling peacefully, listening to the birds, looking around. But it's very scenic here, it's really nice. So, not any bites off my rods, no beat, but this left bobbing has risen loads, probably from a little current under the water. But I am expecting a bite in the night. It will be night, early doors, or just before dusk, I think. The sun is definitely setting now, sky's starting to get nice and like an orangey colour. But yeah, it's starting to get a bit chilly. Coat and trackies might need to come on soon. But all we do now, cross fingers, chuck some more bait out just before I go to sleep. And yeah, hopefully we can have fish. Right, so it's the next day, and it was a uneventful night, unfortunately. But that also meant I had a good sleep, so it's not all bad. But I didn't have anything on my rods. I literally woke up like 10 minutes ago, just woke up, did my teeth and that. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to reel in my rods, check out my rig, see how they were presentated all night, and also swap out the baits, change any tactics if I think I need to. And yeah, but I didn't have any bites for the night or anything like that. So yeah, but the weather is amazing. It's probably 15 degrees already and it's 8 o'clock. yeah, it got a bit chilly last night as well. It got to about 2 degrees, 3 degrees. Not too bad, but it was a bit cold, so I did shut my front door at like 12 o'clock at night. So let's get these rods in and let's change the bait on them. Right, so for this rod, which is my second rod, I've already done my first rod. All I did is swap on the bait, which I put a CM1 on it, and that is the rod with the helicopter rig and also the spinner rig. And then on this one, I've now put a zig on it. So if you look carefully here, there is a cut up CM1 pop-up on a little Nash zig system with a bit of foam on the ends. And this is about, I'd probably say 3 or 4 foot of zig line. So it will be standing up decently because I'm not going to go too deep. I'm literally going to flick it out, so let's get it out in the water. Right, so that rod is now out and that is all sorted. So I'm going to quickly chuck some bait out on both my rods and then I'm going to cook myself up some breakfast. Right, so it's currently just turned 4 o'clock and I've had absolutely nothing all day. But the weather's been really nice. I've just been chilling out. I've literally got no service at all, so I can't. It has got a little bit boring, but you can't complain when you're on a bank with a nice view like this. But yeah, I've had no Wi-Fi for the past 24 hours and it's been very, very annoying. And also this video goes live tomorrow. I really want to catch for this video, considering it's basically the first time I've been on the bank this year. I've been on like twice, but I didn't catch it and didn't post a video, so you don't actually know. But I'm going to post this video anyway, just because it's better than not posting it all because I haven't got another video. But I will be back on the bank early next week, which is probably about 3 days away. I'm going to be back at this lake, trying a different peg and hopefully catching. There's a peg over there that a guy had a 20 pounds 4 ounce from last night, which the peg looks awesome as well because it has the sun on it all day, so it would keep the water nice and warm there, and it also has a lovely margin that you can cast all the way down, so I'd probably jump on there if it's free. So yeah, now I'm going to start packing down my stuff, and then after I pack down my stuff I've got a lovely 30-minute walk all the way back to the car park. But I did say I might have been doing 48 hours just to see how productive it was. If I had a few fish and I could have had a few more if I stayed another night, I probably would have, but it's been really quiet. I don't think I've got the best swim, to be honest. I've also got a few things to do tomorrow, so I would have to leave early morning tomorrow anyway, so it's probably just easier for me leaving now, especially that I've got no internet, and this video, I would have had delayed this video upload to Sunday. So let's start packing up. Right, so I've literally just reeled the rods in, so that is the end for this week's video. Thanks very much for watching, and if you do enjoy these fishing videos, make sure you go down below and like and subscribe. I'm sorry I didn't catch a fish in this video, but it's better posting this video than no video at all. So hopefully next week's video I'll be back here and catching some fish. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.